It's always great, being in this moment. You know, new guys, couple rookies. It's always exciting just to be able to get back into things and start from ground one.
DeMar, this certainly isn't the first time you guys have started the season overlooked as a team, overlooked as a player with the spotlight, various other places around the league. At this point, when you see the projections or the rankings, player, team, whatever, does anything even surprise you at this point, and how much does that fuel you guys looking to the next?
Not too much surprise, especially guys that's been here. We always been counted out. We always been looked over, whatever you want to call it. It's on us to use all that. All that is motivation. We've been using it as motivation over the years. Now it's time to, just add that on top of everything else. And as a competitor, you want things like that. You don't want the easy route. You don't want everybody to be bragging about you. Because it pushes you to dig deeper and find something in you that you didn't know you had.
Do you understand why it seemingly happens every year, especially this year when, big move after big move after big move, Chris Paul, right down to Carmelo the other day. Like, do you understand why you guys are looked over?
I really don't try to put too much thought in it, honestly. I try not to get lost in that. I just try to understand, whatever it is that's negative, use that as motivation and, take that to the gym with me and, try to carry that over to try to motivate myself, my teammates, and, everybody that got something to do with the Toronto Raptors.
Mark, when last season ended, there was so much talk about, even internally, about changing the style that you play, altering the way you play offense. How much do you see that happening as the new season begins?
We'll see tomorrow. But, at the end of the day, if you get a different haircut that you're not used to getting, you'll look a little different, but you're still the same you. Whatever that may mean. Yeah, but, if you trimmed it down a little bit, they're going to say you look a little different, but you still you. You might walk with a little bit more of a swagger, whatever it may be, but you're going to feel, a little bit more confident about yourself. So I think that's just the route, whenever you hear the word change, so to speak, that we trying to approach.
DeMar, it seems like every offseason you've worked on one aspect of your game. Is there something you worked on during the offseason?
Yeah, I always let it show. I never been big on a talker. I try to let my actions speak for itself, and I'm pretty sure. I worked my butt off. I finally had a summer to really concentrate and lock in. On myself as a player. That I haven't had in the last couple summers. So, I think that's going to be extremely beneficial. And I just can't wait to get out there.
DeMar, you're seeing your teammates in the last week and a half or so, seeing them on the court. Is there anything jump out at you?
All the guys play extremely hard. Extremely hard. And I was with a lot of guys, younger guys, a lot this summer when they came out to LA. And the intensity that they play with is great. And to have that, and now we put the IQ into play over this next week. It could be something that's extremely good for us. So I'm looking forward to that.
DeMar, you've been with Wade for all these years now, and he's talked about his need to change some of the things that he does and keep training camps fresh for players. How can players help coaches do that?
Just talking. It's on us as a leader, so understanding, what we think will work, or giving ideas, just having that communication, with your coaches that listen, and that's great that we have that, being able to sit down with our coaches, tell them what we think, and sometimes we may agree, sometimes we may not, but, at least it's a narrative we could go off to try to figure out what's best for us as a team, and that's great to have that, and, I think they've done a great job this summer so far by listening and putting in a lot of things to help us grow even more.
You've had that relationship with Wade for now 3-4 years and sort of evolved.
Oh, for sure. It's great, and the line of communication, makes makes your job a lot easier to go in his office or, you know, to send a text or to speak up. You know, it makes it a lot easier, not just for myself, but, you know, for us as a whole team, you know, and vice versa. It go the same way.
Mark, what gives you reason to believe that this could be the year that the Raptors are ready to take the step to becoming the elite team in the East?
Many reasons, but one is, you know, the guys that's been here, we've been through hell, I feel like, you know, at times where we seen the highest points and we felt the lowest, you know, and be able to carry that over, of knowing, you know, this is my 9th year of being a veteran, seeing so much, having success, having failures, you know, kind of putting all that together, going into this training camp, trying to share that with all the new guys, the guys that got to experience it last year. You know, we all got to come together and help each other. And, you know, as long as we do that and stay locked in from the gate, you know, sky's the limit for us.
Would you partake in it? Be part of your league?
For sure, I'm all for, you know, anything, you know, that's right. You know, and a lot of them NFL players are doing a heck of a job, you know, standing up for what they believe in. You know, it's great to see all them guys sticking together, you know, and that's us as athletes, even though we're not in the same sport as them, you know, we could help do the same, you know, in ways of, you know, spreading positivity, learning, trying to make a change. You know, it starts on us because we have a voice. You know, we could spread, you know, so much as a whole, you know, as long as we stick together. And, you know, it's great. You know, I'm definitely going to play a part in it. You know, I'm all for it without a doubt.
Do you see yourself kneeling as well, and the rest of the teammates?
I mean, it's many ways you could go about it. You know, it's not just a kneel. You know, it's speaking up. It's, you know, helping, talking. It's so many things you could do. You know, it's not just a kneel. I think the kneel started an opening for so many other things we could be able to do, you know, by speaking up, by using our platform individually and as a whole.
But do you see yourself actually kneeling or your teammates doing that?
No, like I said, whatever, I'm pretty sure as a team we're going to talk about it, figure out what's something we could do that could, you know, help, you know, shed light on what's going on in the world, especially in America. So, you know, kneeling may not be the exact thing we may do, but it's going to be something that shows, you know, all of us sticking together through this whole process.
Does it make it easier for you knowing that your coach and your general manager, they've got your back?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's awesome. You know, just to have that type of support. You know, even from our league. You know, it's awesome to give us the confidence to even want to help change what's going on in America in a world. Period.
What do you think of the stuff that's been said by NBA players about the president, from LeBron calling him a bum, to Steve Kerr calling him a racist, to a lot of things across the league?
I mean, I think the president brung a lot of this stuff on himself. You know, he brung it on himself. He brung it on us as a country when it comes to Americans, and it's something that he got to look in the mirror after making all these statements, saying all these crazy things about guys that's trying to do the right thing, stand up for what's right. I feel no player is trying to disrespect nobody, no flag or anything like that. But, you know, we seem to be the ones that get all the disrespect from, you know, our so-called leader, you know, and it sucks when you see that, you know, especially when you have kids that you want to raise in a country that, you know, supposed to be the greatest country in the world, so to speak. But you got, you know, your president on Twitter more than a 12-year-old saying the most outrageous things for people who's trying to do something right, you know, and it's crazy.
What do you tell your kids about growing up as an African-American in the United States?
One thing, you know, even now I try to stress to my kids is, you know, having respect for yourself and for others, no matter who it is. You know, once you have that respect, you give it just as well as you want it received back, you will be in a positive place, you know, and you carry yourself in that manner. You know, once you bring disrespect to anybody, it's going to be a ugly environment. and you see it from our president with all the disrespect that he's put out to, you know, whoever it may be, women, men, athletes, whatever it may be. You know, it's just crazy.
When you grow up where you grew up, does this become even more personal?
For sure, without a doubt. You know, without a doubt, you know, it kind of hits home for me in a sense because, you know, I grew up extremely tough, you know, and that's one, I never try to glamorize the way I came up. You know, I always try to, you know, be the positive person, no matter what. You know, I never try to dwell on all the negative things. I'm pretty sure you guys see me. I'm the most, you know, happiest person when it comes to talking. So that's one thing I try to express because it's all about positivity. You know, and once we put that energy out there, it'll be easier for us to make them changes we need to make. You know, and that's the route, you know, a lot of us definitely try and take.
What is it, though, that you think that players should be speaking out about? Is it what Colin Kaepernick started with racial injustice, police brutality, those kind of issues? And is that what you think needs to be addressed?
Yeah, everything that's going on in the world. That's what it's all about. You know, I done had friends killed by police officers a couple days after just being at my house, you know, when I was young and even recently, you know, and it sucks because, you know, even myself, you could drive a nice car and I still been questioned how you get this car, you know, do you do this, do you do that? And, you know, it's not fair at the end of the day because, you know, I always think about, what about I have my kids in the car? You see all these incidents with things happen on the internet and these officers doing things to people and it's caught on camera and they still have no repercussions. You know, they still get up the next day like it's just another day, you know, and things like that. It sucks, you know, because, you know, like I said, having kids and, you know, growing up in this day and age where you could look on the news, you could pick up a computer and you could see all these things is definitely damaging. You know, it's definitely traumatizing, and it's crazy. And we got to make that change and put that energy out there of understanding its consequences, no matter who you are. If you're not living right, if it's not right, no matter what position you hold.
You would have been a little kid when the O.J. trial happened, or even Rodney King. What was the reputation of the LAPD growing up? Did your parents talk to you about it? Was it something your friends talked about?
Yeah, it was. I could go on for days. That, you know, it was tough when it came to the police. You know, seeing them, not wanting to look them in the eye because you didn't want to, you know, get questioned. You see them, you go in the house today. You know, it's so many. It's a way we grew up to where it became like, you know, we was hiding or running from something, even if you didn't do anything, just because you didn't want to get hassled or get harassed for something, you know, you didn't do, you know. And it's crazy when I think about it. I had a conversation with my cousin last night, you know, even when we was younger, you know, police saying you look like somebody just to say you look like somebody else to try to, you know, make an arrest or something. You know, we were just kids trying to get to school or get to the candy house or do something like that. And, you know, to see 15 years later, me being an adult and, you know, seeing it transpire, it's definitely crazy.